Hello, I am back with another Into the Dead Our Darkest Days video. This is just going over some of the recent updates that they've been putting out because I've been seeing some good stuff. I know I haven't uploaded a video in a minute, but that's just because I recorded another one after I think the last one was me getting into Spill Zone and clearing a couple of places, and I think Isabel died or some shit like this. This a while after. It's like the ninth on the day that I'm recording this. But I think some of these updates came out a while ago, or not. Their announcements came out a while ago. One came out on the second, and that one's pretty hype. It's about three new Survivor missions, which I think it says that it's coming out on it'll be on March the 16th for me at 8 p.m. So that'll be nice. I don't think it says anything else it doesn't say anything else on whatchamacallit, on the Steam part of it. So I think literally this is it right here for this. We're just getting Penny, Daryl, and Tracy, which is actually really, really nice because I'm gonna have to play Penny again, and then I'm gonna have to play Leo again. Because for some time I thought Leo was like that guy, which he is, but on hard he isn't as good because of the whole hunger thing. And I can't remember if he has the same thing as Joe, with the thing where if the morale is low for fucking Joe. This is fantastic. Oh yeah, I'm still not a part of the community. I haven't rejoined since I left. I get these updates late. The roadmap came out like five days ago. I didn't even notice it. Deadass. This game. Don't get me. I love this fucking game to death. But when when things on this game feel like they're overlooked for so long, it makes me take a break. I've been playing can't go to that. Hell no. I'm playing some Riftbound, the League of Legends stuff in between. I think I've been playing some Edison with my friends, some Edison format, Yu-Gi-Oh! With my friend Landon, Seven Nights Rebirth, do some Cookie Run Kingdom on the side. What I just recently got into though was God dang it, now I'm actually at the brick. Oh nice, never mind. I'm still here. Okay. What I just recently got into was Slay the Spire. I just played the first one. I'm getting the second one now, so I'm gonna try to play that whenever my friend gets back from his honeymoon. He got married not too long ago. I think it was like a month. I want to say maybe like a month and a half ago. I think he got married. So congrats to him. That's my boy. But he's traveling, so he can't play any games or anything like that. But I know for a motherfucking fact, when he gets back, he's going to want to play Slay the Spire 2 if I have it, because he kept on trying to tell me to play it. So, if this game's next update is absolute doo-doo, dog water, cat piss, that's what I'll be doing. I'll probably just be grinding that out, because High Guards, it's getting shut off on the 13th or some shit, so can't play that anymore anyways. Even though they have they added a character or a little class system or a skill tree, which I think most games should have skill trees. Wink, wink. I think I've mentioned that before about not for the characters. I can't remember if I said it for the characters, but I know for a fact I said that it should be for the the workbench should be more of a skill tree, so you can see what you get, and then you can also like you can do different variations of things. Like it shouldn't all just lead one way down. Like upgrading barricades are cool, but like going to like going from 3 to 6 to 9 is kind of just like is very linear like thinking. Like you could just like put uh the barricade there, and there could be like another thing for it that is like you don't take any damage the next two instead. Like I don't know, because I feel like once you get up to 3, it's pretty hard to manage the barricade unless you go all the way up. And even when you go all the way up, it's very, very annoying, especially when like you move like locations. If they added one where when you move locations, like if they added like a skill tree thing to the thing, and they're thinking of stuff for the workbench, or not the workbench, but like the barricade, they could add like a skill that's like when you move, and if the base has zero like wood in there, like you won't take damage from moving in. I feel like that would be a nice perk to have, because it'd be called like it'd be called something like, you know, like no rest for the weary or some. I don't know why I just randomly thought of that, but like, you know, because like who the fuck's actually gonna move into a new shelter and get attacked by zombies because like they didn't have enough stuff. Like if we got fucking weapons in our hands and our fists, believe me, nobody's getting into any motherfucking shelter. Like realistically speaking, but I do understand that, you know, that it's a video game, so I've been taking damage. You know, every time that I move in there, usually I just like get Aubrey or whoever. Usually like Aubrey though, because I don't really fuck with Miguel anymore. Uh, but usually I just get like Aubrey to go make a fuck ton of med kits, and then whenever I move into a thing, you know, I just heal up after that. But if they could do like a perk system for the barricade, that would be nice. Um, there's a couple other places like food, you know, like if you could just give it like, you know, it takes less to make it, or you know, when you're making like your small your small goes up to medium, or your medium goes up to large, or your large goes up to extra large, like perks like that. Like that would help a lot for some of the like things that you can do. Like either, you know, you reduce the stuff, or you increase the amount that you get out of it, or, you know, because I know people do have those perks, but like if you're able to like double up on that, like like the food perk, I don't even know what it uh what a food perk called, making what is it, what's that saying, making lemonade with lemons, or what is uh when you got lemons make lemonade or some shit. I don't know. I'm sure there's a good analogy or whatever it's called uh for like a food perk that would help, like if they did like skill trees for like the base, instead of the characters. Anyways, I'm gonna move on from that, because that is kind of what popped up, and that's what really wanted, like some of these things that are on the roadmap really wanted me to like really made me want to like talk about the game more, because I feel like they're headed in the right direction, but you know, it's just gonna take a while, which I understand, which is why I'm just waiting. I do complain, because that's just, you know, what humans do. But yeah, this came out 5 days ago. This is Early Access Roadmap 2026 at everyone. After almost a year in early access, it is time to share an updated early access roadmap for 2026. Excited Penny? Is that what it's called? No, it's Penny Excited. Um, as we get closer to our full launch, our development team attention will be focused on two core areas: Star adding new gameplay content to fulfill our creative vision for the final experience. W. Another star. Working on improvements to existing systems based on player feedback. W. I'm pretty sure that's what every game should do. When it comes to adding new gameplay content to fulfill our creative vision and final experience, I'm down for whatever. Usually, most of the time, none of the content that they add into the game is like a miss. Like, I haven't just been like, dude, that's absolute shit. Like all the weapons that they've added, all the bombs, the bricks, the bottles, all, like, pretty much everything that they have added into the game is actually really good. I will say the only thing that I find lackluster is being able to craft explosives, because like the whole gasoline thing, I'm not wasting my backpack space on that shit, and it takes such a random resource. Those little wires or whatever they are, bro, I never pick them hoes up. If you watch any of my gameplay, them hoes are always left there. Like, I swear there's like 50 of them hoes just laying around the fucking map. The only reason why I ever have them in my base is because I'm taking apart fucking those cameras that give those parts, which I wish that they would give different parts, but I understand. So yeah, I mean, most of the things are like a hit and not a miss. I'm trying to think of a thing that I just didn't like. You know what? The only thing that I didn't like, which isn't actually a whole section of a thing that they added in, it was just pretty much Spill Zone, which is why I'm not playing it. Spill Zone is just really, 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 really fucking tedious. Like, for like what it is, because Spill Zone's like weird because you do want to move around, but I don't mind that with like the whole Bowman thing and doing all this other stuff, because there's so much like stuff around. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, when you get Bowman, you can go around and you have to go like meet his 3 people to finish his survivor mission before you can do the next step. But like, when you go there and you go meet those people, there's a bunch of other POIs around, and most of the bases that you're in can either farm water or food. When you get to Spill Zone, I understand why it's like that. It's Spill Zone, like legit. It's a fucking it's a toxic plant that has fucking, that nobody's running. All the fumes and fucking and just biohazards and all that stuff is just running rampant up there. So I understand why they wouldn't have like any food or anything like that there. But at the same time, I don't understand why, if they're at like a station like that, like why wouldn't you have like a water station, or like they could this is like a skill tree type of thing that would fix the Spill Zone being so shitty. Because like, if you could just upgrade it to because I think some people have been saying like you should be able to craft like water things, like the water farming places, and I completely agree with them to an extent. I think that most of the complaints would be solved if they would just meet like players in the middle, and they would just do like where you can build 1 food and 1 water, pretty much anywhere on the map. Like, if it's a location, like, you can build it anywhere on the map, but you only get 1 chance and you can't move it. So like, if you're early on and you build the food early because you think that you're going to be able to like stay there for a long time, because I know down there at the bottom, like, if I, well, not at the bottom, but like maybe like it's just it's more over there towards like Spill Zone. Like, what I would do is I build one at like the closest POI outside of the Spill Zone range, because like they could just do that and just make sure that you can't build any of that stuff inside of Spill Zone, but like you can build it like right there on the outskirts. What's that one house called that's like right there? It's like that one house with the car that you have to lock pick, and then there's the bus that has the pipe that goes through it, and on the back side there's the water place that's already there. But there's that fence and those two zombies that are usually outside to the left of like the garage. The one zombie just sits against the fence, and it's like a pile of trash out there. I can't remember what the fuck it's called, but like, it's a house, and you got to clear it. And if I could build a food thing there, that would just be so much better. Like, just being able to like put one there. It doesn't have to. I don't care about not being able to move the fucking food thing. I just care about not being able to make the food up there, because that's another reason why I just get so burnt out I can do before I can do Spill Zone. I have to do so much shit to make sure that I have like enough food to go up there to do it. Because the one time that I did go up there, I had like a whole lot of people, which I'm sure a lot of people like hoarding characters, because you can just send them out, and you keep the good ones in the base, you send the bad ones out, and every once in a while one person that isn't that useful becomes useful because you just kind of need them to do something. So I understand why a lot of people want to have them, and I understand that some hardcore people that aren't me will still just do Spill Zone very early. Like, they'll just go up there with like what's his name? It's not Tracy and Wayne. It's the other guy. Sebastian. Sebastian has like the gun trait. So like once you get like the pistol, like you're pretty much good to start Spill Zone. So you can actually do Spill Zone very early, which I was planning on doing. But then I was like, no, I'm going to do that because I just want to get auto, and then I'll go over there. It just became very long, tedious, and that's why I haven't uploaded. If they could do that to where everybody got to, or if it's a skill tree where either there's the skill tree for like the planting and things would be different. Like each workbench would have to have like a skill tree, and each and like the planting station would have to have like its own skill tree, or they would just have to put everything in the workbench and like skill tree it out from there. But I mean, they could do just the workbench and skill tree it out from there, because like once you like max it, then you can go and choose between like two different perks. That would make sense to me anyways. But God only knows what they'll do, right? But the only thing that I can see is like if you can either you get more out of like your plants, or it costs less to do it, because I don't think there's a single character in the game that like it's like, oh yeah, it costs less to do this. So for the plant station, they could do like it costs less, because that'd probably actually be better, because water early is pretty rough, and they give you plenty of like vegetables. I think if like they gave you like a perk at like the end of like building or whatever, I don't actually know what they would need to do to do that. But if they could just give you like a perk that's like either you can build one of each at a different location, and then it just like it's like shows you you've already used this there, can't do it again. You've already used this there, can't do it again. So you have like a food grower and a waterer at random spots, because some people just have optimized like lines of POIs that like to hit going through runs to make sure that they can get it started anyways, because that's a lot of this game. Just getting through the start of the game is pretty rough. Once you hit mid game, it's still a little tough, but it's a lot easier than the early. Like early game is super fucking hard. Mid game is decent, and then end game is a breeze most of the time, other than food, which is why I think that like it would make the game more interesting, because you'd be able to do stuff earlier with less if they let you build like the food and the water, or the other perk where it just takes less to do it. Yeah, it would probably be better, because the early perk would be being able to build those two. The later perk, because early there's that water thing, there's that curveball that you have to get for the water shortage. Later, though, it would be that you would want to choose the other one because it wouldn't really matter. Because if you didn't need to build them early, it would be better because by that time the water shortage would kick in, and then you would want to be able to use less water and less seeds to be able to grow stuff. So I would think that like for the planting and like the water stuff, like the late game one would just be like less bottles, less tape, and then the early game one would still just be like being able to put the water like wherever you want at anything. And I hope that they don't make the mistake of not being able to like place two waters at the same place because that would still speed up like because it really just depends on what escape plan you're doing. But like if you were able to place like two waters at the same place, I understand if they don't want to do this, but if you could place like two waters at the same place, then you could speed up the early game as well, and then you can just be playing for the late immediately. So you can go ahead and hoard all the resources and then just do the late game. Or you can just hold off and build it somewhere else that doesn't have the water one, which I'm pretty sure most people would just do. It'd be like, oh, this place doesn't have it, because there's that one beginning house that doesn't have like anything on it. So yeah, that would be nice for that. The barricade things would be a nice improvement too if they did the skill tree after you maxed that skill tree out. Like for the planting and stuff, you'd probably just have to spend extra like components. For things that are built out though, things that like you automatically do, like the barricade's like an automatic thing. The plants and the water are not an automatic thing. Maybe you only get them as a skill tree option once you move to a shelter that has them. So it's like a luck based thing. So sometimes you start where you can, if you find the components early enough and you want to go ahead and grab that, it would definitely have to be a little bit more expensive though. It'd probably have to be about 4 components. I'd probably put it like a mid-tier one because it's like, what is it? It's like 2 components, 4 components, 6 components. I wouldn't put it at 6 components, and I wouldn't put it at 2 components because 2 components is just way too damn early, and it's pretty easy if you know where to look. Like even I'm pretty sure you get components from fucking hard the bar, not the 30-06 one, but the other one. The Hardwick bar, or wherever the fuck it is, the Sebastian bar where you start out at, that one. It's been a minute since I played the game, so some of the names are fleeting. But yeah, you can get some components pretty fast if you know where to look. Same thing with wood. Like that place over there, that bar is actually just really good for like everything early. So yeah, that place is pretty good. So I wouldn't say like 2, but like 4. And like you could just do components as the skill points instead of components as the thing. And then you can still do the whole resources with the components for the skill thing, or you could just do the build out for that, and then just all the perks cost that standalone. So it would still be, you need components and the resources, and then the extra perks that are like off of like the ones that you have to max out. You gotta spend like 2 or 4 more. So you gotta like, in total, how much would that be? It'd be like 2, 4, that's 6, that's 12. That'd be like 16 components to finish one off. Actually, is it only 2 and then 4? So that'd be 6, and then the next one would be 4 as well. I think that it'd be fine. I can't remember if it's 0 components for the. I think it's 0 components for the first part, and it's 2 components for the next part, and then it's 4 components for the last level of most things. So I think if they did 4 for the plant stuff, I think that'd be fine. I think it'd be fine. You actually come across a lot of extra components. Okay, anyways, I'm going to get off of that. They can figure that shit out. Working on improvements to existing systems based on player feedback. Literally what I was just doing. So I'd appreciate it if they just added some type of a skill tree type thing to the workbench. Like I would genuinely I would love that shit so much. All right, here's what we need from you as we move forward. I'm just gonna say forward instead of forwards. Your thoughts on what's working? I mean, I feel like everything's working. It's just some things I just don't like because they're just very tedious. What isn't? Bug report. You can do that. Which I have been reporting more bugs lately, but most of before I started posting them in the another reason why I left the Discord was because every time that I posted anything that was helpful, like the motherfuckers would just eat that shit up. That should be patched enough day. I'd be like, oh yeah, man, you can punch through this and this, but it is a bug. But god damn, that shit sucks. And what's missing or needs improvement? Game suggestions. What I just did. Yeah, pretty much just the player feedback. Game suggestions. Great. Excuse me. Your feedback, particularly on ways to improve the tutorial, infections, and injury, combat, AI behavior, stealth, traversal, and general qualities of life. I think I said that we need like a shove for the traversal because a lot of the times, like, I don't know, it's just ledges. Like, I just hate ledges. Ledges and zombies just always fuck some shit up. You can legitimately get stuck in like an infinite, like, pull yourself up loop if, in some place. I just hate it. It happened to me one time and I've never loved ledges again. Like in the Mayo in the clinic in the clinic up there at the very top next to the manor, there's a window after you get that key from that zombie and you free vents. You hop out the window to the right, and if you hop down on that ledge, you would think that the zombie doesn't hear you, but for some dumbass reason, you hop on the ledge and it's audible to the fucking zombie and it turns around. So like if it if you don't like climb down immediately, like then you're screwed because once it gets out there, it'll do the shove animation, it knocks you off, you do the fall animation where you're like and then it forces you. You can't drop down. It forces you to pull yourself up again. And then while you're pulling yourself up, you're getting hit by the zombie. So if you get up and then you try to run by like turning around or hopping down, the hopping down animation in hard will literally just kill you because you take 2 hits coming up and you will take 2 hits coming down. Like you'll just die. Like it's impossible. Like legitimately, if you get stuck in that first animation, you just have to fight it until you either knock it down and you can climb down, or you fight it until you die. Pretty much, it's just terrible. I hate ledges. Anyways, stealth. I wish they would bring back the infinite stealth. I just haven't tried it. I remember I pointed out that you could bounce in between covers because I never just really thought that you could do that in general, like just like infinite stealth by resetting zombie aggro by just going between a double-sided cover is what I called it. But if you were in between like double-sided cover, which I think there's that one place with the kitchen, and there's the thing that you hop over, and those 2 zombies are on patrol over to the right, and you can hop over and you can get in between there, and you can go left and right. Like if you hold left and you hold right, and you can bounce back and forth in between cover. It used to just it would like reset the aggro so much that like there could be 100 fucking zombies running past you and the zombies would never notice you. So in a pickle, you could just hop into a double-sided cover and pretty much just reset the zombie aggro until you find a place to either, shut a door to the left, get the other zombies to go to the other door, ping, 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 wait until most of them went over there, shut the door, maybe one is left in there with you, you assassinate it or some shit like that. I don't know. But yeah, it helped a lot. The AI behavior, I don't know. I think it's just audio, pretty much. AI doesn't feel terrible, but it doesn't feel that great. But I pretty much understand like every interaction with the zombies. Like when something happens, I'm like, okay, I understand why that happened. Okay, I understand why that happened. Like I'm not really surprised by most zombies nowadays. So I guess they could have more like a bigger move set or something like that, or maybe like random turnarounds. I felt like they did introduce random turnarounds a couple of patches ago, and then they just turned it off because every once in a while, I'll run into like the one zombie. Like I think there's one in the Walton Police Department that just randomly turns around. Like it walks and then, oh, no, what it is that fucking taxi place. So in the Walton taxi depot, if there's that zombie up under the taxi, actually, is that the zombie that does it? I don't think that's the zombie that does it. There's some places that have like zombies that'll like if you let them past, and then you go and you hide, and then you try to follow them, like they'll just randomly turn around. Which I'm not gonna lie, I hate that shit. But at the same time, it would make the game a little bit more like interesting if they did have zombies that randomly turned around. Like they could just put like a probability on it and be like, yeah, there's like a 25% chance like after this many steps it could turn around. So it's like it's kind of random, but it's not. So you can play it safe, but it could, if you're not paying attention, it could feel like it is super duper random. Which I don't really get surprised by those random turnaround zombies anymore, because I'm pretty sure if I played the game right now, I would know which ones did it, but I'm not staring at the game, so I can't really do that. So the AI behavior could be a little more random, I guess. Combat, fuck Hal. I hate Hal. I wish they would introduce another combat person in, because I'm not gonna lie, I genuinely, you know what? I take back everything I said about Spillzone. Spillzone, I feel like it could just be fixed in like easy, with just like the perk system for the workbench, and just adding in like two little variations, one for extra shit and one for you can place this there and you can place that there. But like then it costs extra to build it. Whatever, they can figure that shit out if they want to adopt that way of the workbench. But with Hal, I complain about this man so much because I genuinely like that patch was probably the least played patch for me. Legitimately, I played that patch for 2 days, then I got the fuck off of it, and then I didn't play it anymore until the next patch came out because I just hate Hal. I love May. I love May's perks. She's got the less hunger. The other one, I'll even take, even though it is terrible, the shy perk. That shy perk is killer. Like legit, Hal is just a terrible start for me. I hate that shit. I truly do. I hate Hal so much, man. Truly, I despise whoever decided to make that man. It just didn't make any sense. I hate the fact that combat is RNG based fucking numbers when you're hitting a fucking zombie. Like it shouldn't be like that. It should be set numbers for shit. Like it just, like just please when it comes to combat, there shouldn't be any randomness. Moving around zombies, sure. I should know exactly how much my gun does to a zombie. There are no numbers for that shit at all in this game. They have no numbers to support anything. They don't show chance numbers for anything. Back to this. Infection and injury. I have so much to say about the combat of this game. Every time I think that every time that I look at combat, I'm just like, it's pretty good. And then I think about how, and then I think about why how shit. And then I realize that the combat system is kind of dog shit in this game, if I'm honest. And not for reasons that most people would think. Most people would be like, yeah, it's kind of bad because it just doesn't make any sense. Like, why can you fight zombies with your fist? And I'm like, I mean, that is true. And if Hal wasn't so shit, like, if Hal did get, like, a perk and it was, like, Hal's the only person that can actually fight, like, zombies without, like, the chance of getting, like, fractured wrist and shit like that from beating up fucking zombies all day because he's a professional fighter, I'll use them because they're pretty much fucking forcing me to, but I'm gonna hate every fucking second of it. And I know for a fact I'll find a way around having to play with Hal if that ever did happen. I swear to God I would. I promise you I'll never play with Hal again. That man is just, he's just, the way they made him and the way that the combat works, not the fact that people's wrists don't break, the numbers, I fucking hate it. Anyways, in infection and injury, like the fist thing, I saw some people in the Discord for suggestions suggesting that like, since if you're punching like zombies and shit with like your fist, you should be able to get like a sprained wrist or some shit like that, which makes sense. It probably, I mean, I wouldn't hate it if they did that, but you know, I guess you'd be able to finish the mission, but if you punched some more, maybe it would like, it's kind of like sunburn, like when you go out with the heat advisory on. It's like, okay, well now, you know, this happens now that you've done more of that, even with the fractured wrist while you're out and about. The infection, I feel like, I don't know, I feel it's so rare for people to survive like a deep wound. Like flesh wounds are, hey man. When I see flesh wound, I'm just like, that's whatever. When I see deep wound, dead ass, I've just been kicking people out. I don't even try it. Like, dead ass, I just don't care. Like, most of the people that I send out, like, just to circumvent the fact that I have to put so many resources in people, because before, way back when, I know if devs, I know for a fact you still haven't come out and said it, but I know for a fact the thing that I was doing back in the day with whenever I made that fucking Vince video about how you never get fucking deep wound, how to never get deep wound, that shit was working. And then I put that shit, I can't remember, I'm pretty sure I put it in the Discord because I was asking around and shit like that. That shit still bothers me to this day because they don't ever say when they make little small changes like that. Like, it's just it's just gone. Like a small feature that like nobody notices. Like, I could have said nothing. I could have literally said nothing about the deep wound icon thing and the timer on it, and I promise you that would not, it would still be in there on this patch right now. But since I go in and I point out these things, it's like, oh, okay, cool. But like with the whole vents and that, I'm like, can't you just I dropped like some knowledge to a couple of people in the Discord. They patched that shit. They said, nah, you shouldn't be able to always save them, which makes sense to me, but it just made me so sad because they'll do that and then they won't like put it like in the patch notes. It'll just be like a secret like fucking ghost change, which they've done. They've done that before. But yeah, this infections and injuries, they can handle that, bro. Your feedback, particularly on ways to improve the tutorial, they for sure need to work on the tutorial because, like I was saying, my friend Terrence, he's on his honeymoon right now. He's on like the west, he's on the west coast over there towards California, and I tried to get him into this game, and I did not record it. I wish I did. But like deadass, it's not like,
I don't know what the word is, intuitive. Like, you really don't get it unless you want to get it. And that's not how most gamers like to play video games. It's like most people see other people play the game and then they can figure it out from there. Like Elden Ring. Like, if I didn't see somebody play Elden Ring before, then I wouldn't know what I'm getting into. Like, if I just came across Into the Dead or Darkest Days and I looked at it and I bought it on Steam, right? Because there's that hour rule. I'd play it for about, I promise you, I'd play it for about like maybe one or two locations. Like, I probably do the tutorial and then play one location, and then the location would be completely different than the tutorial area would be, and I would want to get off after that because it's so different. Like, you have to figure out so many things for yourself because one, this isn't really like, I mean, this is this for like, the people that really are like playing this game would really appreciate this. But like, there's like no numbers, there's no indicators for half of the shit. Like, there's like no visual indicators other than like buttons for like assassination and opening doors and shit like that. Other than that, there are no like visual indicators for anything that's about to happen on the screen. Even for like, I don't even know if most people understand how like zombie vision works. Like, I don't even know if truly I know most people should know that this is how it is. But if you're playing through the game for the first maybe, I want to say like 5 or 6 hours, if you're not like me and you notice every little single fucking thing that changes, even the minute things, like whenever I found that fucking window thing and I was trying to fucking see if I could hop through the fucking floor or maybe fly out the fucking window, because I'm just one of those type of players that likes to, oh my god, there's something new, it's buggy, let me see what I can get out of this. Not every fucking player is like that. Not everybody's gonna be like, oh, this is how that mechanic works. Not everybody's like that. Everybody pretty much fucking just straightforward gamers. Like, they look at the game, they see the confines of which the game was made, and they play it that way. Like, the reason why I bring this up is because when I first started playing this game, I did not understand that like the sound or whatever the fuck it is. I don't know what the sound or whatever. Like, they should really like put text when you're going through the tutorial. That's like when a zombie's looking at you and you hear like the music rise or something like that, then you're spotted from the zombie. Like, the sound, I don't know exactly how to explain it, but like, if you go stand at the max vision range of a zombie and you crouch and the zombie's not moving, you'll hear like a little sound or like a little sound bite start to swell, and then like it'll do a noise, and then the zombie's like, oh my god, there's a survivor there. I swear to god, I didn't realize that for like the first like 6 hours of gameplay. That ass. Because the reason why I didn't notice is because most of the time you really don't like know about it unless you're like constantly, unless you just don't understand like the range of like the zombie. Because like, it's pretty easy to figure out the range without ever even hearing that noise, because if you're just crouching forward and you're walking, it like, the zombie's just gonna be like, there's a person there, and they'll just freak out pretty fast sometimes. um I wish they would fix that, like that for the tutorial. That part always confuses me. Especially because some people play with like the sound low, especially because like it's kind of a fucking horror game. It's not for me, but like a lot of the time there are some like some jump scare fucking spooky parts. So sometimes people do like playing these games with like the sound off even, and I don't think the devs understand that like with the sound and whatnot, it's just like, bruh, you gotta add that in. Like anything that's like sound based or anything like that, like You gotta like add that in. Like do like make this screen like turn reddish or fucking yellowish because it's kind of like caution. It's like oh like like a little yellow hue around like the edge of the screen that like gets thicker and thicker and thicker like when you're in vision of the zombie. Also, speaking of like just quality of life and improvement to tutorial things, especially for people that can't fucking like that can't hear or like I wasn't gonna say like hearing impaired because that wasn't really what I was going for, but like the yellow thing would help the for the edges because like not everybody can fucking hear that goddamn noise and recognize what it is, and then also for the for people that can't really see, I know a lot of people have been complaining about the whatchamacallits, the outlines for like zombies. Like when they go behind pillars and stuff, like you can't really see behind them. Which if we're grounding this game in realism, yeah, that's how it's supposed to fucking work. But it's a fucking video game as well. So why do we not have outlines for fucking for zombies that go behind pillars? When I'm doing that manor thing to go get Cooper and there's all those fucking trees, sometimes those trees just fuck me over. Like sometimes I'll just get deep wound randomly because I'm like trying to fight on the fucking tree line and I just don't move up far enough. And then I can't see, and then the fucking zombie does like the big hit or like the fast hit or some shit like that. And it just catches me off guard. I think there's a bunch of small things that they could do that I don't feel like typing out on Discord. That's why I'm making this video. So if this video is a little bit long, it's because I am truly just trying to get most of the things that I can think of off of my chest right now. And if they see this, I'm happy for them because I feel like I am coming with very, very good feedback for the game, other than maybe how. I understand. If I don't know if any of the devs have seen any of my other videos or if they've watched any of them or they hear me rant on some of the other videos and things like that. Probably not. I don't think they really watch. I don't know. I'm not that big of a creator. But if they do, I hope they do take my feedback. And I hope it's helpful to them. Maybe not everything that I say is gospel. Maybe I'm not thinking from a creator, from a development team perspective, but I am thinking from a player perspective and even from a newer player's perspective, and I try to account for everybody's like opinion for the most part. That's why when I'm thinking about about like the randomness, sometimes random is good, sometimes being set in stone is also good. That's why I'm never like just shoot anything down. Like that's why I haven't really disagreed with any of like the things that they've done. I hate Hal, but I mean cool. I mean some people only play with Hal now that he's out, and I mean that's cool. I mean if they enjoy him, they enjoy him. I just hate him, and it's not even Hal's fault really. It's just after I learned that they were random numbers, I was like, all right, I'm good off of them. I didn't really like them to begin with, but I was going to force myself to. And then after doing the math and counting out all those kicks and shit, I was like, all right, I'm over it. But yeah, great game though. I truly do love this game, and I hope to see its success in the future. Now, moving on. We're incredibly proud of what we've delivered so far over the past 11 months. We're excited about the new content we're working on, and we're looking forward to completing our early access journey with you, our players at our side. Bet. Give yourself a pat on the back. Love it. Leo Love. What is this? Oh, it is Leo Love. Bet. And then there is this down here, which I looked at this on Steam, and I was actually just so happy, because all of this stuff is actually just so good. Like dead ass, like this was good. This was good. All of this stuff was good. Literally, I can't complain about a single thing, including water cuts. Like I can't complain about anything that they've added so far. Even this. Difficulty setting, customization, great. Controller and keybind rebinding. This, I was waiting for this shit so fucking long. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I was waiting for this shit for so fucking long. I was waiting for this, bro. I was praying. I was hoping, because like at a certain point, like I just want to be able to play with my mouse and then just WASD for the most part. But when they start adding other stuff like holsters and stuff like that, well, actually they did kind of do that with the last one. So yeah, like the whole weapon swapping thing, it's actually they've been in the bag recently. Aiming and shooting from cover, it should probably actually. These two specifically could use a little bit of work for in my head anyways. Like the aiming and shooting from cover is cool, but I feel like a lot of times it just, you can't really like aim that well from it, which makes sense because you know you can only look down and up so far and shit like that. That's whatever. But I don't know. Sometimes it just aiming, like, I know what they mean. Like it's like cover, double-sided cover, like that. But at the same time, just aiming isn't very accurate. I don't know if there's a percent chance. I don't know if there's a percent chance to miss like bullets or anything like that, because it does feel like that sometimes. Like I'll shoot at a big military zombie. Devs, please add that into the thing, man. I know it's like a percent chance, or you have to wait so long, because with the military zombies, I don't know if a lot of people know. I don't know how many people are gonna watch this, but with the military zombies, I'll shoot them with like the Cuthbert or whatever the fuck it is, or the F3000. I'll shoot them and it'll miss. Like it'll just whole ass miss. I've noticed that if you shoot, pause, shoot, pause, shoot, pause, shoot, pause, shoot, pause, you won't miss any bullets. You won't waste any of them. But if you just pull the trigger and you shoot pretty fast with it, like you'll hit like the first 3 or 4. I can't remember the exact number. It's 3 or 4. I know that for a fact. And then the 4th or 5th one will just automatically miss. I don't get it. I hate it. But it is what it is. I wish they would change that shit. Truly. I hate when things are just random. Like, because that's not the good... It's not the good type of random. Like, that's just... It really isn't random. It really isn't random, so there's no fucking point in putting it in. Like, because it feels random at times. At first, it felt random. And then I was like, oh no, it's just a fucking shitty fucking mechanic that they put in. That they didn't let anybody know about, that's like in here for strong guns to make you waste ammo. Even though there's literally, if you're gonna make me, just add fucking kick to the guns then, at that point. Why don't you just fucking add kick to the guns? Because there should be no way that if I'm aiming down the side of this thing, and it's aimed at its fucking head. I usually don't aim at like the top of the head. I usually aim for the mouth of the zombie. But like, if I'm aiming at the fucking head and I'm missing somehow, man, get the fuck out of here. That's it. That's all that I hate. That's all that I hate about like that. About like shooting and stuff like that, especially from cover, because like you'll think that like shit's lined up and then the game will just be like fuck you, and you'll just miss a bullet for no fucking reason. Oh, also when the zombies are they're not in your gun, they're right in front of the gun, the fucking zombies will just eat the bullet and keep on moving. Like it won't do any damage to the zombie, and they'll just run right past. If the zombie is close enough, the gun will not do any damage to them. It makes no sense. It doesn't happen with the pistol, of course, because they get into like grab range and then they pretty much just grab you. Because every time that a zombie's running at you, like either you're gonna punch it or it's gonna do that quick hit, or it's just gonna immediately grab you. Most of the time, if you have your gun up, that motherfucker's gonna grab you. For the long guns, I've noticed that if you're shooting at them and you pull up your gun and it's just a tad bit too late and their head is literally in the barrel of the gun, you don't get any bullets. Which, I mean, it's a 2D side scroller. You don't know if my mother barrel's in his eyeball at that point. Like, I could have just jammed it into his face and then pulled it. Like, anyways, I just hate that. Also, door barging, don't really care. Critical kills, actually very, very good update. I love critical kills. That saved me so many times, especially with the military zombie. There's a weird military zombie at the whatever, it's like the foundation place or whatever it is. It's on the backside, and if you kill all the zombies, and I don't know if you have to make noise or whatnot for the big military zombie after a certain day, but it'll be facing the other day. It'll be facing the other way, and if you have a weapon with you, let's say the pipe that you pull out of the painting, you go over there and you beat the shit out of it, and you don't stop hitting it, it cannot turn around. So what happens is you just beat it, and then you get the execution thing, and then you execute it. Easy as that. Because even when it gets up, it's still facing the other way. It doesn't get up and turn around. So as long as you swing on it when it's getting up, if you didn't get the execution thing, you should be good. That's more bug talk, but I don't really care. And then dodging, I don't really care for the dodging thing. Like dodging still chill with me. The thing that they should really change is durability and weapon strength and durability. They need to change that shit, bro. Like you should be able to tell exactly how much weapon damage is added on. Like when not Daryl, fucking Leo. When Leo's holding it, when Frank's holding a weapon, like you should be able to tell how much weapon damage is added on. Like I'm just a number person. I'd rather see a number than that white bar for like damage, dead ass, for like half of this shit. But they'll probably never do that. They'll probably never make that change. It's probably just too much. Over here on this side though, still to come. This is the only thing I've been looking forward to, dead ass. This is legitimately the only thing that I've been. I see you. This is the only thing that I'm really looking forward to. Traders. I don't know how they're gonna handle it. I think I did a rant about this on a different one. So yeah. The traders. I can't wait. Character progression system. I was just talking about it for the workbench. I don't know how they're gonna do a character progression system, like for individual characters. Unless it's only for the main characters. Like, I mean, I guess they could do it for the side characters as well, but I don't know. That I'll leave this to them. I don't have any suggestions for this part right now. Just for the workbench. Additional survivor missions. I mean, we're about to get 3. Penny, Tracy, or yeah, Tracy or Wayne. Yeah, Penny, Tracy, and somebody. Who else? Penny, Tracy, and who else? Penny, Daryl, and Tracy, yeah. Yuck. New NPCs using firearms. That'll actually be really good for like for game. I'm gonna leave it at that. Because in my head, if you kill a human with a firearm, you should always be able to pick up their gun. No ammo, and it shouldn't be broken. But if you have human NPCs using firearms, you should be able to pick up their gun. And I swear I swear, if they don't have their gun on their body when they die, this patch specifically, when they introduce this, and if those motherfuckers don't have guns on their bodies when they die, I'm not gonna play the rest of that patch. I promise you I'm getting off. I promise you I'm getting off. It'll be a whole nother patch. It will be a whole nother patch before I play on that. Because I just don't, I won't really care. I'll have to disassociate from the game for a bit, because I will be very, 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 very disappointed, just like the HAL thing. Like, I will hate it. I swear to God, if they have human NPCs using firearms, and you don't get the firearm from, come on now, because the only thing is, the reason I just didn't want to say too much, but I'm just gonna say it anyways. Like, the only reason why I'm saying that is because, like, if I go down and I go get Frank early, and then I do part of I do part of whatever the fuck it's called for the network escape plan, and I go over there and I kill all those people, and like one or two of them has a gun, like, it'll just be faster to do that. See, I'm ruining it for everybody, but like, you know what? I'm gonna leave it there. I'm gonna leave it there. My brain, it just thinks a certain way when it comes to this game. Anyways, improved food system. I can't wait. I don't know exactly how they're gonna do it. Hopefully, you'll be able to build like one food and one water somewhere else. New locations. Lord, please, just actually, devs, if you watch this, I don't know how much of this you are going to watch. I don't know if you're going to watch any of this. I don't know if anybody's watching this right now. But if there is a dev, or if there is another person that watches this that agrees with me what I'm about to say, please leave this in the Discord. Like, I'm probably going to have to go back through here, watch this timestamp where I talk about stuff, and then I might try to like type up some of the stuff that I say in the Discord for the suggestions, because a lot of times I go into Discord and I just don't remember any of the suggestions or things that I feel like need to be changed and stuff like that. But with these fucking locations, dear Lord, stop putting the fucking locations behind escape plans. That shit is gonna make me blow my goddamn brains out in the game. Because why the fuck do I want to have to like go and start an escape plan? Literally, you are making it the most tedious fucking thing possible. Like if Spill Zone was just open and you could just go in there, I promise you I'd probably go to the top left of the map more. But since I have to do all that stuff for the suit first, like, of course, I mean, it makes sense for Spill Zone. For the other one, though, for the stadium, though, why the fuck do I have to do all of this other stuff before I unlock more shit? What the fuck is that about? Devs, can you make it make sense to me, please? Like, I don't need a fucking suit to get into the fucking stadium. I don't even need a fucking helicopter. I need a helicopter to leave the fucking stadium. So why the fuck can't I go to those places naturally? Why does it only unlock after I start the fucking thing? It should just be open. Like, let's be real. It should be open. You can. No. That it just doesn't make any sense. That part doesn't make any sense to me. The new locations, please just make them open and not fucking gated behind some dumbass. Not dumb. Spill Zone, still not dumb. It makes sense. You have to get a suit. New one though is dumb. You don't need a suit. You don't need shit. I don't know why you can't go in there already. Like, it doesn't make any sense. It's dumb. Please don't dumbly fucking put gates in front of locations that I don't need. Like, like the whole skips thing, it does make sense as to why I wouldn't really go over there. It's a fucking ice cream shop. It's probably already been like ransacked and shit like that. Ice cream doesn't stay that long, so why the would a survivor go to a ice cream shop looking for like non-perishable like food? It doesn't make any sense to me. Like it legitimately it would be stupid for somebody to just randomly be like blah 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 blah. Let me go check this place out. There'd be no point in going in there. Like the houses make sense. Some of the other places make sense. The ice cream place, I understand why you lock it behind spill zone as well. Now, those other places though, like the stadium and all those other places, I can understand the stadium, but at the same time, that's a lot of people. There's a lot of cars. There could be a lot of resources in those cars. Like even like if you know, it would be a crazy ass map or like a crazy ass POI. It would actually, I think you get to that place with all those people on the building, but you have to like go through like the highway or route 99 or some shit like that. I forget what the route is, but you got to go through like that route, or you go to the route and then you get there. If they actually just had like a whole side scroller route where you just went through and you just like were picking through fucking cars, and like I don't know if they're all gonna need like lock picks or something like that, or anything like that, but like maybe a couple of them do. Maybe that's like the lock pickiest fucking POI. So like Michelle actually would be goated for that one, because you need like 7 to like 9 lock picks to get into like some of the cars that you're walking past. But like some of them you can just open naturally, and then like zombies are walking on there and shit like that, and there's cover, which is just open car doors. Anyways, I just think about that. Anyways, like new locations, I just hope that they're not hidden behind fucking things. I hate that. Increased dynamis. No, whatever, bro. Dynamism. Yeah, we'll just go with that. Increased dynamism. Things are just supposed to be more dynamic. Sure. Tutorial improvements. Sure, I think I talked about that earlier. Infections and injury improvements. Cool. Combat improvements. Dear Lord, please. AI behavioral improvements. It's whatever. The stealth improvements. Traversal. UI, UX. Cool. All this seems fine. Before full launch, Steam achievements. Thank you. I probably already have all of them, but I won't have any of them. Scenario mode. I can't wait for that, actually. Dogs. I don't know what dogs will do specifically. I don't know if they're just going to be aesthetics or not. And then radio shelter station. I can't remember. I think somebody mentioned this in the Discord, and I completely agree. I thumbs up. Love that shit. 100%ed it. But the radio shelter station, I think somebody was suggesting it, and they were saying that it be for like curveballs, pretty much. Like it's pretty. I don't know if you guys played, like how I vision this radio shelter station to play out is kind of like 100 Days to Die, or yeah, I forget. It's that one game that Queso played. It's like the nuclear bunker thing where you try to stay alive as long as possible, and every day there's a chance that like you can hear something, like somebody knock on the door, or you can send people out to go get food, and then like they come back, and then there's something in like the journal that they wrote, and then like the next day you can do this, you can do that, but you never really leave the shelter. It's just all optional stuff that like comes in from the outside. And also it does have a radio that is like, yeah, you get this, this popped up on the radio, should we go check that out, or this popped up on the radio, I think we shouldn't go out today, shit like that. And it's pretty cool. Nuke escape plans, cool, and more. Ongoing, additional content, thank God. Expanded lore, always down for that. Bug fixes, sure. Performance optimization, I'm not gonna lie, it does need it. Quality of life adjustments, please. Balancing and polishing. Balancing, yeah. Some of these characters need some balancing for sure. But I wish they would like. I wish they would. You know what they really need to do? I wish that they would put out a percent. I'm just a numbers person. I'll just be honest. I've said it before. I'm gonna continue to say it. I wish they would put out like a numbers thing for like the most used survivors and runs, and like who's the most used, like this and that and this and that, and then like how many people actually like what survivors actually like finish the game, so you can see which ones are actually useful and how many just are kind of like throwaways and shit like that. Because I know if they showed like the usage rate of just the survivors in general would be amazing, and then if they showed which survivors like have the most deaths, or well, probably not the most deaths, because like I would guess that Penny and Leo and most of like the beginner people would have them, because you know you kind of start with them and you send them out to go do shit. So that wouldn't actually really change anything. But like if they had like a picked up survivor rate or left behind survivor rate, I don't know which one's easier to track. Kicked out survivor rate, just things like that. That I would truly appreciate that. That would help me see if there's another strategy secretly out there. Like that would help a lot. Other than that, I think that's about it. I'm gonna chop this up. This will probably be the eel thumbnail or some like that. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get a copy of this. I'll put it as the thumbnail. But yeah, sorry if that was long. I just wanted to get most of the stuff off my chest. There's probably some more stuff that I wanted to say, but I didn't try to get this to go for 2 hours. I only tried to get it to go for 1. I looked at it, it was like 46 minutes. And I was like, oh shit, let me speed this up. That's why I was just like, yeah. I was like, only an hour. So yeah, if any of you guys agree, like the video, you don't have to subscribe for a video like this. I'm gonna try to do this for bigger patches like this, and not this one, but like the no, never mind. It is no, never mind. I do it for these. I try to do them whenever there's like a big update. I'm gonna try to start doing them for like big updates, like these, like for 11. And then I think I did one for these as well, and then I think I did one for this too. So yeah, I'm gonna try to start doing like reviews on the patch notes and announcements and things like that. So if the devs do watch these, I think it would just help better that way. So yeah, I'll see you guys on the next one. Hopefully you guys enjoy. Peace.